Welcome to part 10 of Let's Play Legend of Zagor by Ian Livingstone. At the end of the last part I was on paragraph 125 and I just defeated the Orc Chieftain. I'll just read this paragraph again to remind me. Okay, the body of the hideous chieftain lies at your feet. You have triumphed, gain 1 luck point. I don't need to do that. A great reward is surely yours, somewhere. You find some scraps of edible food on the banqueting table in this place, though almost everything here is rotten. Add 3 to your provisions. I think I've already done that. Looking around and ignoring the pathetic and mindless minions since they offer no threat to you, you observe 4 doors in the chamber. 3 are along the north wall and 1 is in the north corner of the west wall. Will you open the door in the west wall, turn to 390. The far left door in the north wall, turn to 282. The central door in the north wall, turn to 91. Or the far right door in the north wall, turn to 244. Okay, we're going to open the far right door in the north wall. So we're going to turn to 244. And here we are. Is it possible to get rid of that? No, it isn't. Yeah, for some reason a curse has appeared in the PDF. I think I must have used the program for something else, but I can't get rid of it. Okay, you have made your way into the chancellery, where the kings of Amaryllia kept their treasure. Of course, much has been looted, but to your delight, there is a tower chest here. After opening it, you must test your spot skill. Okay, let's open the tower chest. So, as we have the lock pick, we just have to roll 2 dice and have it less than or equal to our skill, rather than test our luck. Okay, so let's do that. And 10 is less than or equal to 11, so we're successful. Okay, so we don't lose any health. And then we roll 1 die. If it's even, we get a silver dagger. If it's odd, we get a golden talisman. Okay. And it's odd, that means we get a golden talisman. Good. Right, okay. Let's put down another golden talisman. So we're up to 4 golden talismans now. There we go. Right. After opening it, you must test your spot skill. If you are successful, turn to 17. Otherwise, you leave here, and now you must open a door in the throne room which you haven't opened before. Will this be the door in the west wall, turn to 390, the central door in the north wall, turn to 91, or the westernmost door in the north wall, turn to 282. Okay, so let's test our spot skill. And of course, as we're Salazar, we have to subtract 2 from the dice roll. So we're guaranteed a win, of course. Okay, so this needs to be less than or equal to 13, effectively. So 11 minus 2 is 9, and that means, and that's less than or equal to 11. So, yep, I think we were successful. Right. Okay, so we're turning to 17 because we were successful. Let's go there now. Nope, missed it. Oh yes, in the last video I apparently, even though I took 1 point of stamina from the rat that I was fighting, it was only supposed to take 1 point of stamina off me if it hurt me. I actually took 2 off, so I was wrong there. Someone left a comment and pointed that out. I apologise for that. Like before, my explanation is that it's really difficult to remember all the things that I need to do and remember. And as long as I don't make it easier for myself, I actually made it more difficult by taking 2 stamina points off instead of 1, then I don't mind too much. Anyway, so with that explained, we're at paragraph 17. You find a small sliding panel in the eastern wall which you suspect may well be trapped. If you decide to open it, turn to 34. If you don't want to take the chance, you leave and open a door in the throne room which you haven't opened before. Will it be the door in the west wall, turn to 390, the central door in the north wall, turn to 91, or the westernmost door in the north wall, turn to 282? Okay, we're not going to open this. We're not going to open the sliding panel, even though we were successful. So we're going to open the westernmost door in the north wall. So we're going to turn to 282. Here we go. The bedchamber of the kings of Amaryllia lies before you, looted and ransacked. Little of value remains in it. You find a single gold piece on the floor here, but that's all but that's all, so you leave. And now you must open a door in the throne room, which you haven't investigated before. Will this be the door in the west wall, 10 to 390, the central door in the north wall, 10 to 91, or the easternmost door in the north wall? Okay, let's add that gold piece first of all. Okay, so now let's go on a new line. So now we're on what was it before? So now we're on 13 gold. Right. Okay. Oops, only put one. That can't be right. Right, there we go. Okay. Okay, so we're going to open the door in the west wall now. So we're going to go to 390. So let's go there forthwith. Okay, this door is locked, but a swift search locates the keys on Thulu's body, and you throw open the cell which lies beyond the door. On a bed of filthy straw, a red-eyed old man clad in once white robes looks up at you with an expression that is at first hopeless, but then turns to one of delight and joy as he sees that you are not one of Thulu's creatures. "My friend, how can I ever repay you for freeing me?" he says. "I am a healer, and surely you must have suffered much to reach this far into this terrible den of evil. If you have the plague, the healer will cure you of any let me start again. If you have the plague, the healer will cure you of any and all forms you may have. He can also lay his healing hands upon you and restore up to 8 points of stamina." Okay, let's do that. 8 points of stamina. Oh, good. That puts us at maximum. That was coincidental. All right, so at 24. 16 plus 8 is 24. So we're at maximum stamina now. Okay, brilliant. Right. He then rushes up to Thulu's throne and opens a secret compartment in its base, reaching for a ring which he slips onto his finger. My friend, I am no fighter or wizard." I thought he was going to say no longer. "I can help you no longer with your quest. I have been locked up for so long that I know nothing of the terrible changes here, though I have sensed them. I must be gone back to my liege lord, the king. If you think you know the name of this healer, convert his name to a number using the code A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so on. Add the numbers corresponding to the letters of his name and turn to the paragraph with that number. If his name is not the first word you see there, or if you do not know his name, turn to 211. Okay, so I think we know this. I think we know this name because I had trouble pronouncing it a few videos ago. Yeah, it's Zuckerum. Why would they put this name in? Look at it. The U after the Q sort of makes me think it should be Zukwa, but then I think it should be Zakurum, otherwise the room doesn't sort of flow from the tongue properly. So is it Zakurum? Honestly, this is a terrible name. Anyway, the healer is imprisoned in the floor above by Orc Chieftain Thulu. Okay, so we need to add the letters in his name and then turn to that paragraph. Okay, let's do this. Right, let's do this. So Zakwarum. Okay, so Z is obviously 26. So we have 26. U. Right, Z is 26. Y is 25. X is 24. W is 23. V is 22. That means U is 21. So I had 21. Right, Zakwarum. Oh yeah, Q. What's Q? Well, N is 14. O is 15. P is 16, Q is 17, so plus 17. I'm starting to realise why they gave him such a weird name, because they needed it to add up to this number, probably. Yes, 17. So U, that's 21 again, so another 21. And now it's Rulm. Q is 17, so R is 18. We have another U, so that's another 21. N is 14, M is 13, that means L is 12. I always remember N is 14, I sort of use it as a guide. And then M, well, that must be 13 for using the same logic as before. No, not 12, 13. There we go. Now let's add it all up. Okay, 26 plus 21 is 47. 47 plus 17 is 64. 64 plus 21 is 85. 85 plus 18 is 103. 103 plus 21 is 124. 124 plus 12 is 136. 136 plus 13 is 149. So 149, here we come. Okay, thank you, Zagor. Honestly, I just can't stop doing it. It's so difficult to pronounce. Anyway, where are we going? 149. I hope it's 149 anyway. 149. Oh, not again. Zagor. But he has already stopped dead in his tracks. My true name was known only to my acolyte, he says. You explain how you saved this acolyte from the great orcs in the basement of the castle. Zagor is overjoyed. He had thought his student long dead. Then you have saved both of us. My debt to you is doubled. Friend, now you have slain all the vile servants here, we have some time. There's a special spell is that an I? I can teach you. That I can do, I don't know. A special spell I can teach you, which may help you prevail at last. You rest and meditate with Zagor as he teaches you the stamina spell. This costs 1 magic point to cast. When you cast it, you regain lost stamina points equal to half your initial total, round fractions up. You can cast a spell at any time, except during combat. Now, if you are Abraxas or Salazar, turn to 232. If you are Anvar or Stubble, turn to 211. Okay, so stamina spell, 1 magic point. I'll write that down. Spell. Okay, I'll put that in the spells. I'll start a new line. Stamina spell. Stamina spell. Needs 1. I'll put 1 as a cipher. 1 as a number digit. 1 magic point. 1 magic point. Restores half of initial stamina. Alright, brilliant. I have to check 149 I'm on. I just want to see if it's in the grimoire. Or the grimoire. There's the grimoire. There we go. Great food, luck, right, open light, blah blah blah. Skill spell. Fast hands, magic, screen. No, it isn't. That's interesting. Steel treasure. You may not cast steel treasure more than twice during the adventure, and you don't gain any luck points requiring a talisman or dagger in this way. Interesting. 5 magic points, yeah. Okay, so 149 we were on, weren't we? Okay, so what are we doing now? So, if you're Abraxas or Salazar, turn to 232. Okay, well that's pretty plain. 232, here we come. Okay, here we go. No, not again. Zagor can teach you a special form of the stamina spell. This costs 3 magic points to cast, but it may be cast during a combat at the start of any attack round if you have enough magic points to do so. If you have the higher attack strength, you regain lost stamina equal to half your initial score. Rounding fractions up. If you do not have the higher attack strength in an attack round, wherever this spell is ruined and you do not regain any stamina points, your enemy will damage you instead. As usual, you must decide whether you are going to cast a spell in an attack round before you roll dice to determine attack strength. Now turn to 211. Okay, let's write that down. I just put special stamina spell. Don't need a capital on there. Uses needs 3 magic points. Restores half of initial stamina if I have the higher attack strength. Use before rolling dice in battle. Brilliant. Okay, new line. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, new line. Okay, brilliant. That's quite handy. Okay, now turn to 211. Okay, it's nearby. What's that? Hellhorn Champion. Didn't I fight him? I can't remember. Oh, is that Boney again? Anyway, but not fighting him this time. The healer concentrates all his powers on his magical ring and disappears in a puff of magical smoke. And he goes back to his magical house and has some magical dinner and kisses his magical wife a magical good night. Anyway, now you must leave and open one of the doors in the throne room which you haven't opened before. All are along the north wall, so will you open the left-hand door, turn to 282, the door in the middle, turn to 91, or the right-hand door, turn to 244? We're going to open the door in the middle, so turn to 91. Oh, missed it. You enter a short hallway which is bare of any decoration and which has a single door at its northern end. You stride ahead and throw it open. You find yourself standing in a broad and almost endless corridor, and the door behind you slams shut. You will not be able to open it now either by magic or by force. Turn to 41. Blimey. Okay, brilliant, so we can't go back. Right, turn to 41. Oh, here we go. You are standing in the middle of the great castle passageway known as the Bronze Stride. The walls here are covered in bronze plaques on which the faces of great heroes of Amarillion history are etched. To the south is a door which you cannot open. To the north there is a door which has a lacquered black surface with gold etching and details. Adjacent to it is a door with 4 shallow depressions in it. Far to the east there is a set of double doors which give admittance to the east wing of the castle. Likewise, far to the west of you is a set of double doors which give entry to the west wing of the castle. You must open a door which you haven't previously opened. Will it be... Here we go. The black and gold door, turn to 232. The other door to the north, turn to 216. The doors to the east wing, turn to 361. And, or the doors to the west wing, turn to 248. Okay. We are going to... We're going to open the other door to the north, so turn to 216. And in theory you should see why in just a sec, why we're taking this route in a sec. Okay, a small plaque above the depression set into this door carries the legend, Chamber of Meditation. If you have a wooden casket with 4 gems inside it, you can place the gems into the depressions in the door and so gain admittance. If you have the gems, take the initial letters of their names and rearrange them to form a word. Take the numbers corresponding to those initial letters, A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, etc. Then add them together. Turn to the paragraph with this number. If you do not have these gems, you cannot open this door. Turn to 41 to search elsewhere. Okay, so what are these gems then? What gems do we have? Let's have a search. I should have just saw them. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we have sapphire, topaz, emerald, ruby. Okay, well, that's all I have written down. Okay, so we need to form a word with the first letters of the names of these gems. I thought, oh yeah, these are the names, I assume. Sapphire, not really a name, that's the word for them. So it is a name for them, but it isn't. What I'm saying is, it isn't a proper noun. It's a noun. You know, it isn't a name like the name of a person. It's like the name of an animal being like it's a dog or a cat. It's the name of the animal, but it's not a name like a proper noun. Anyway, what I thought was that they would have names like Bob the Ruby. There we go. Okay. Okay. So sapphire, topaz, emerald, and ruby. Okay, we need to form a word with that. Now I think. So we have S, T, E, and R. So we need to form a quote-unquote anagram out of those letters. S, T, E, and R. So we can have rets. Uh, terse without an E at the end, etc., or the obvious one, rest. So we need to work out rest, and then add the. What do we need to do? Add the letters together or something. Add them together. Yep, turn to the paragraph. Blah blah blah. Okay, so we need to add. Well, it doesn't matter about the word because the initial letters, if we add them together, they'll always be the same thing, regardless of which order. You know, for example, 13 plus 13. Oh, bad example. 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 1, so it doesn't matter about making a word at all. All we need to do is just add the initial letters, the numbers corresponding, regardless of the order. But let's do it anyway. Okay, so we have we have rest. Pardon me. Right, so we had N is 14, O is 15, P is 16, Q is 17, R is 18. So we have 18 plus the 5 because it's E. S, that would be 19, wouldn't it? So plus 19 because it's one after R. And then the T is one after S, so it'd be 20. That would be 20. It would be 20 rather. Equals 18 plus 5 plus 19 plus 20. Okay, so 18 plus 5 is 23. 23 plus 19 is 23 plus 20 minus 1, so that would be 23 plus 20, 43, that makes 42. 42 plus 20 is 62, so that would be 60, no not 52, 62, there we go. So, that's that. I'll just put rest in there for a laugh, right. Okay. And so we have the number 62, and then we're turning to paragraph 62. Okay, we go. Again, you don't need to form a word out of them. That's completely pointless, really, because it will always add up to the same thing. If I'd added 20 plus 19 plus 5 plus 18, it would come out of 62. You know, I can't remember what that's called. It's the commutative property of addition. Doesn't matter in which order you add things. Although that doesn't work for subtracting. For example, 55 minus 4 does not equal 4 minus 55, but it almost is. It just 55 minus 4 equals negative 4 minus 55. So 55 minus 4 is 51, and 4 minus 55 is negative 51. So it almost is, but you just have to put a negative on there. Anyway, I think it's called commutative. I think so. Anyway, yeah, I think it is. Associative is expanding brackets or something. Anyway, enough of that. We're at paragraph 62. Ruby, emerald, sapphire, topaz. Rest. You place the gems in the depressions in the given order. Ruby first, emerald next, then sapphire, then topaz. I always used to misspell sapphire with only one P, but I suppose lots of people do that. Anyway, then topaz. The door to the chamber of meditation slides open silently. Inside is an ornate chair. Excuse me. The dregs of that cold are still haunting me. Anyway, the door to the chamber of meditation slides open silently. Inside is an ornate chair stuffed with cushions, which looks incredibly inviting. You can avail yourself of the magic of the chamber of meditation only once during your adventure. This can be now, if you wish, or you can come here at any later time, when you are in the Bronze Stride, when you return to paragraph 41 to make a fresh choice of an area to explore. After spending an hour or so dozing comfortably in the safety of the chair, you must eat a meal. When you do, your current stamina will return to its full initial level. After you have rested, you should turn to 41 and explore elsewhere. Okay, let's write that down. Paragraph 41, Chamber of Meditation, blah blah blah. Okay, where should we write that? What? Oh, it's another... Again, we already have paragraph 41. We can teleport there as long as we haven't crossed any stairways. Okay, we're doing that again. Same one. Paragraph 41, Chamber of Meditation can be used... Actually, that should be a semicolon. Can be used once to restore stamina to maximum, but we must eat a meal. Brilliant, okay. That's coincidental, that's paragraph 41 again. Anyway, so now we're going to return to... Oh no, it's not paragraph 41, it's paragraph 62. Stupid of me. No, the paragraph 41 business is the one we were at before. Yes, this is paragraph 62. But only from paragraph 41. Can be gotten to only from paragraph 41. That should be another semicolon. Doesn't matter, but you know, that's the sort of person I am, really. Right. Okay. Right, okay, so we're returning to 41 to the Bronze Stride. Okay, so now where are we going? We're going to open the doors to the east wing, so turn to 361. Oops. Oh, nasty and black there. No, there's a patch of something or other there, I don't know what it is. Glitch data. Behind the doors to the east wing is a very lengthy, wide passage which leads eastwards. You march 50 yards or so along it until you arrive at the middle and take your bearings there. Turn to 52. And that's just a filler paragraph. Right, 52. Oh, here we go. Okay, standing in the middle of the main passage of the east wing, you can see 6 doors. 2 large doors in the north wall. In the north wall, both bear the symbols of dragons' heads, and they do not appear to be part of the original castle design. To the west, double doors give access to the Bronze Stride. To the south, there are 2 doors, one of which has a large, crudely painted sign which reads, "Do not enter." Lastly, there is a door at the far east end of the passage. You should open a door which you have not opened previously, unless you are returning to the Bronze Stride through the west door, which you can do at any time. Will you open the door to the west? Turn to 7. The left-hand door in the north wall, turn to 95. The right-hand door in the north wall, turn to 345. The door with the warning sign, turn to 221. The other southern door, turn to 137. The door to the east, turn to 166. Oh, or the door to the east, turn to 166. Okay, we're going to open the right-hand door in the north wall, so turn to 345. Excuse me one moment. Sorry about that. Right, 345. Okay, a huge chamber created by knocking down walls between various castle rooms. This once housed the dragon hatcheries of the demonic servants of the castle, but the eggs in their regular rows have long since shriveled and dried up here. The atmosphere is eerie. You are standing in a gigantic dragon mausoleum. If you want to search it thoroughly, turn to 370. Otherwise, you leave and search elsewhere. Turn to 52. Okay, we're going to search it thoroughly, of course, so turn to 370. You must eat a meal during your search here, but you notice that one egg is still seeping thick liquid from a crack in its leathery shell. If you have an empty glass bottle, you may collect some of this liquid. If you are Salazar, turn to 119, otherwise turn to 183. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I was actually disturbed again. Okay, right, so I needed to eat a meal because of my search. Let's do that now. I've used all the oatmeal slabs. Let's use a normal one. So, whoops, didn't want to do that. Okay, so go down to 7. Accidentally pressed F7, and luckily it did nothing. So there we go. Okay, so that's that done. We've eaten a meal. Yeah, but you notice that one egg is still seeping thick liquid from a crack in its leathery shell. If you have an empty glass bottle, you may collect some of this liquid. If you are Salazar, turn to 119, otherwise turn to 183. Okay, okay, do we have an empty glass bottle? Let's have a look. Yeah, we have a glass bottle. Okay, brilliant, we have a glass bottle, good. Okay, so we have a glass bottle, so we're going to collect some of the liquid. Okay, so we have black liquid from egg. I'll just put that near the bottle. Glass bottle with black egg liquid. There we go. Inside. Okay, that's that done. Right, okay, now if we are Salazar, we have to turn to 119. 119, here we go. If you spend 1 magic point, you can use this fluid. It's now fluid now, not liquid. The trouble is, fluid isn't a perfect synonym for liquid. Fluid, by definition, is something that flows. So in theory, a gas could be a fluid. And indeed, in fluid mechanics, that's about liquids and gases. So a fluid can be a gas, whereas liquid definitely means the wet stuff. Anyway, you can use this liquid to create a potion of fire resistance. You will be able to drink this at any time except during combat. The effects of the potion last for 1 combat. You can halve the damage of any fiery attack, dragon breath, or magic such as fireball spell during this combat, rounding fractions up. Effects of the potion last for 1 combat. Okay, now turn to 52. Okay, so now we have. Okay. Okay, I'll just put fire resistance potion. Halves damage done from fiery attacks for 1 combat only. Needs 1 magic point to use. Brilliant, okay. Let's put this on a new line now, because otherwise I won't be able to read it. Okay, so glass bottle with black egg liquid inside. Fire resistance potion. Halves damage done from fiery attacks. 1 combat only. Needs 1 magic point to use. Need the other parenthesis or bracket. There we go. Okay, so with that done, oh wait a minute. I have to spend the magic point. Wait, what? I have to spend the magic point to even to make it. Oh right. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's just get rid of that then, and then I'll spend the magic point now. Yeah, and then I'll make it. There we go. Okay. So we now have the potion, and it doesn't need a magic point to use because now we have the potion. Right. That's the end of it. Right. Okay. Now we're going to explore elsewhere in the East Wing. So we're going to turn to 52. Okay. Standing in the middle of the main passage of the East Wing, you can see 6 doors. 2 large doors in the north wall both bear the symbols of dragons' heads. I've read this before, haven't I? Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to open the door to the east, so we're going to turn to 166. Because I've already read that paragraph, not doing it again. Bad enough reading it the first time. Okay, here we go. Oh dear, he doesn't look friendly, does he? Okay. You are standing in the circular ground floor chamber of the East Tower. The tower rises high above you. A set of stone steps leads up to a wooden platform on which you can see a huge wooden war machine pointing away from you. Out through a portal at the top of the tower, there is also what is unmistakably a tower chest on the platform. Let's have a look at him. Where's this chest? Is that it? That thing there? Is that the chest? Look at him. Look at that. He has one eye, and he even has a little skull thing there with horns. So he is evil personified, or indeed gruelified. Okay. Anyway, however, the guardian of the tower is not just going to let you take it. Gruul, the gigantic one-eyed mutant ogre. That's a lot of nasty things in one sentence there. Hefts a club that must be the size of you, and he growls hatefully as you enter. If you want to take the treasure he has, you will have to kill this huge brute. If you don't want to fight him, preferring to flee, turn to 377. Otherwise, do your best. If you have an onyx wand and wish to use it here, turn to 246 immediately. Gruul, skill 9, stamina 22. Okay, we have the onyx wand. Now, someone left a comment that told me to use the onyx wand. Well, I'm glad I didn't, because now we're going to use it here. So anyway, so we're going to so we have the onyx wand, and we're going to use it here. So turn to 246 immediately. Hopefully, we won't have to fight him. Right. The onyx staff has 4 symbols on it: lion, chevron, goblet, and star. If you have spent a magic point to activate the staff, or if you do so now, you may be able to use it to deal the monstrous ogre a mortal blow. If you know which symbol can defeat him, and if you have also found a heraldic design on a chest with that symbol upon it, you know how many symbols were on that chest and what colour they were. Convert the letters of the colour into numbers using the code A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, etc. Add the numbers together, add 8 to come to a final total, then multiply that by the number of the symbols you found on the chest. Thus, for example, if you think that the lion defeats the ogre and you had found 4 white lions inscribed on a chest, you would turn to paragraph 292. White equals 23 plus 8 plus 9 plus 20 plus 5, which equals 65. Adding 8 gives 73, and you would multiply that total by 4. Oh yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Turn to the paragraph you have calculated. If the name of the symbol isn't the 4th word you read in that paragraph, you are wrong and should return to paragraph 166 to continue fighting. You should also do this if you have the staff but do not know which symbol defeats a Gruul. Okay, right. This is a lot of annoyance. Okay, so now, do we know what defeats whatever he is? Right, is it Goblet? Ogre Mutant falls to the goblets. There we go. War Dragon falls to the stars. Hellhorn Champion destroyed by chevrons. Ah, that's why you wanted me to use it. If it was at the Hellhorn Champion, I was supposed to use the Onyx Staff on. Oh, you can use the Onyx Staff more than once. I apologise, whoever told me to use the Onyx Staff and I didn't. Yeah, you can use it more than once. I apologise. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, Ogre Mutant falls to the goblets. Right, so he needs the goblets. Let's find... No. Pardon me. Right. Right, chest with 2 yellow goblets on a blue background. Okay, so 2 yellow goblets. So, what do we need to do? Alright, so, let's have the colour. What? Come again? You know how many symbols on that chest? And what colour they were? Yeah, so 2 goblets, and they were yellow. Convert the letters of the colour into numbers. Add the numbers together, add 8 to the final total, then multiply that by the number of symbols you found on the chest. Okay, so it's yellow in numbers, add them together, add 8, multiply by 2, and then turn to that number. Okay, so you need to turn yellow into numbers, right? And okay, right, so yellow is 25 plus E, which is 5, plus L, which is 12, plus 12 again, because yellow, plus 15, which is O, and then W is 26, 25, 24, 23. Okay, and then add 8, just add 8 to the total, which equals, okay, 25 plus 5 is 30, 42, 54, 69, 89, 92, 100. Oh, it's an even 100. Okay, 100 times 2. 100 times 2 equals 200, obviously. So we're turning to paragraph 200. Okay, so... Alright, so... Well, to turn to the paragraph you have calculated. Now, it used to be the... Name of the symbol isn't the fourth word. Okay, so we need to turn to 200, and if it isn't, fourth word is if the fourth word of this paragraph isn't goblet, we have to turn back to 166. Okay, so 200, and we're looking for goblet. Show me goblet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's goblet. Good, we're right. Of course we are. A huge glowing goblet emerges from the tip of the wand. Oh, yeah, we didn't use the magic point. We had a magic point to use on the thing, don't we? I remember. Where's this onyx staff? One magic point used. Okay, so let's use the magic point down to 7. Okay, that's the magic point for the onyx staff. Right. A huge glowing goblet emerges from the tip of the wand, rises over Gruel's head, and pours a cascade of steaming acid onto him. The ogre shrieks in pain as he loses 12 stamina points. Turn to 166 to continue fighting, reducing his stamina score accordingly. Excuse me one moment. And we're back. Okay, so we're turning to 166 and reducing his stamina score accordingly. Okay, minus 12. Okay, 166. Okay, so he's down to 10. So Gruel, skill 9, stamina 22. If you reduce Gruel's stamina to 8 or less, make a note of his current skill and stamina scores and turn it once to 69. Okay, so Gruel. Okay, it was 22. Now it's 10. So we need to get one hit on him really to get it down to 8 or less. Right, let's do it. Our skill is 11. Let's go. Oh yeah, we also have, I'm not going to forget this time, we also have that little hog with us. Where is he? Iron hog. Subtract 1 from attack strength of any armor wearing foe. Is he wearing armor? Is he wearing armor? No. Right, okay, so he can't be used. Okay, so let's just do the normal attack. Okay, so roll for him first. He gets a 7, that's 16. I get a 4, that's 15. So he hurts me. So 16 to 15. I might as well get rid of the thing now. 22. Okay, so 16 to 15 that was. Right. Okay. He gets a 3, that's 12. I get a 4, that's 15. So 12 to 15. That means I get him down to 8. Okay, brilliant. So that means he's down to 8 or less. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, so make a note of his current skill and stamina scores and turn it once to 69. If you manage to kill him outright, turn to 252. If you are forced to flee, you may do so at any time, turn to 377. Okay, so 69, let's go there now. The wily brute rubs a ring on his left hand and disappears, only to reappear a split second later at the top of the tower, standing on the wooden platform. Straining his muscles and sinews, the huge monster is trying to wield the ballista, a huge spear-flinging device, around to face you. One strike from such a weapon would inflict enormous damage on you, perhaps even kill you outright. If you want to flee, Gruul will lob a rocket to you as you go, 10 to 377. If you want to continue fighting, you have the following choices. You can fire a bow or catapult at Gruul, or cast spells at him, 10 to 96 to do either. Make for the stone steps and try to climb up onto the platform, 10 to 123, or use a potion of flying if you have one to reach the platform at once, 10 to 172. Okay, we are going to make for the stone steps. Climb up onto the platform, so 10 to 123. Okay, rushing to the stone steps, you will be able to evade the ballista, since the ogre can't point it at you. However, now he will try to drop rocks on your head from a pile on the top of the platform. It will take 3 attack rounds for you to get to the top of the stone steps. 4 attack rounds if you are stubble. In each attack round you must test Gruul's skill. If he is successful, he catches you with a rock and you must lose 2 stamina points. If he fails, the rock sails harmlessly past your head. You have no time to do anything except race up the steps, but if you are still alive after Gruul's rock hurling exploits, turn to 172. I don't need to get to the top of the stone steps. Okay, so are we still attacking him in the attack round? So I assume we're not attacking him in the attack rounds because we haven't reached him yet. Yeah, so... Okay, so we have to test his skill effectively 3 times, and each time he wins, we lose 2 stamina points, pretty much. Okay, so his skill is 9, so... so we need to... Well, from our point of view, we want it to be above 9. If it's 9 or less, that means he wins, and we lose 2 stamina points. Let's do this 3 times. Okay, okay, that's 2 stamina points, another 2 stamina points, and 2 stamina points. Okay, he was successful in each instance rather. So we're losing 6 stamina points. That was brilliant. Okay, so that goes down to 16 stamina for us. Okay, if you're still alive after Gruul's rock hurling exploits, 10 to 172. Okay, let's go then now. Okay, as you arrive at the top of the platform, Gruul lets a potion vial fall from his lips. The crafty monster has drunk a healing draught. Roll 1 die and add 1 to the number rolled. The total is the number of points of lost stamina he has regained. Raising his club above his head, the ogre prepares to fight to the death. If you win, turn to 252. Roll 1 die and add 1. That's how much he's gained. Okay, 1 die and add 1. 3 add 1 is 4, so he's gained 4 stamina points. Okay, so let's add those 4 stamina points. That puts him on to 12. Okay, now we're finishing the battle. Okay, he's at 9, I'm at 11. Skill, I mean. Okay, so roll once for him. He gets a 3, that's 9. I get a 5, that's 16. 3, that's 12. Did I say 9? I meant 12 to 16. Okay, that puts him down to 10 again. Okay, next. Okay, he gets a 2, that's 11. I get a 5, that's 16. So 11 to 16. Puts him down to 8 again. That's his healing draft used up. Right, okay, or as if it didn't exist. Okay, so now he gets an 11, that's 20. I get 8, that's 19. So 20 to 19. He just wins. Okay, that puts him down to 6. Okay, I mean, no, it doesn't put him down to 6. I apologise, that puts me down to 14, doesn't it? I can't even count. Yeah, it puts me down to 14. There we go. Right, that was close. Yeah, nearly made it easier for myself. Right, okay. He gets a 7, that's 16. I get a 2, that's 13. 7, that's 16 to... What did I get? 13. So 16 to 13. Okay, he wins again. 16 to 13. Okay, that puts me down again. And down to 12. I do have that spell I can use, don't I? Just in case. That makes it a bit easier. Okay, he gets a 7, that's 16. I get a 5, that's 16. So 16 all, no overall change. Brilliant. Okay. Next, he gets an 8, that's 17. I get a 6, that's 17. Right. Yep, okay, 17 to 17, so no change either. Okay. Okay, he gets an 11, that's 20. I get a 6, that's 17. So 20 to 17. Puts me down a bit more to 10. Okay, continue. Okay, he gets a 12, that's 21. I get a 7, that's 18. So 21 to 18. Puts me down to 8. Okay, he gets a 9, that's 18. I get an 11, that's 22. So 18 to 22. Okay, it puts him down to 6, finally. Okay, he gets a 10, that's 19. I get a 5, that's 16. So 19 to 16. Puts me down to 6. Okay, one more hit, then I'm using this spell. Okay, he gets a 9, that's 18. I get an 11, that's 22. So 18 to 22 again. Puts him down to 4. Okay, he gets an 8, that's 17. I get a 5, that's 16. 17 to 16. Okay, as I said, one more hit and I was going to use the spell, so let's use the spell. Okay, what is this spell? Special stamina spell, needs 3 magic points, restores half of initial stamina if I have the higher attack strength. Okay, I have to... Okay, I'm gonna have to risk this because I have to do it before the attack. I have to risk this. Okay, so if I get the higher attack strength, then I defeat him. Well, I hurt him and I get some stamina back. Okay, so he gets a 7, that's 16. I get a 9, that's 20. Good. Right, so that puts half my stamina back. So add 12 is 16. What was it again? He got 16, I got 20. Yeah, 16 to 20. Good, that actually worked, that spell. That was good. Anyway, 16 to 20 because the spell worked, and that means he's down to 2. Yeah, the spell only works if you get the higher attack strength. Okay, he gets a 10, that's 19. I get a 10, that is 21. Good. So 19 to 21. That means Mr. Grawl is dead. Goodbye, Grawl, you annoyance. Right. Okay, yeah, so you can use that spell as many times as you want, assuming you have the magic points, of course. Okay, I don't have any more magic rings, do I? No. Okay, so that's the end of him. Let's get rid of the buzzing, and then... Okay, if you win, turn to 252. If only he'd let me pass. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Okay, 252. Your reward for overcoming Grawl is a tower chest, plus a table laden down with looted castle wines and preserved food. Add 5 to your provisions on the ballista platform. Okay, let's do the tower chest first. So let's test our skill like before. Yes, this needs to be 11 or less. Excellent, good. Okay, so we don't get hurt, and then it's roll 1 die. If it's odd, it's golden talisman. If it's even, it's silver dagger. Okay, that means another golden talisman because 5 is odd. Okay, yep, go away. Right. Okay, it's another golden talisman. It's now up to 5 golden talismans. Oh, we almost have as many golden talismans as we do silver daggers. 6 silver, 5 gold. Okay, now we also have 5 provisions. Let's put our provisions up. It goes up to 12 then. Brilliant. Is that the maximum? Yep, that's the maximum. That puts it up to maximum. Otherwise, I'd eat one just to make it a maximum. Okay, brilliant. There's also a set of dragon bone keys here, 116 of them in all, although you spot one huge one that is clearly the master key. If you are Anvar Abraxas, turn to 393, otherwise you clamber down the stone steps here and head to the main passage outside the tower to explore elsewhere, turn to 52. Okay, dragon bone keys, 116. Right. Okay, right. Right now we're going to 52 because we're not Anvar Abraxas. So turn to 52. And then we're back here again. Okay, so now we are going to open the door to the west. So turn to 7. You are back in the great corridor known as the Bronze Stride, and you march to the middle of it to take your bearings and decide where to explore next. Turn to 41. Okay, so we're here again. So, okay, now we're going to open the doors to the west wing. So turn to 248. No jokes about Martin Sheen. Right, out the west wing. Alright, here we go. You push open the double doors leading to the west wing of the castle and find yourself gazing down a long, long passageway that stretches before you. But a malign, undead presence awaits you here. The maddened shade of a castle knight who has been tortured most horribly by servants of evil is now too crazed to distinguish you from one of its old tormentors. You will not be able to flee. The spectre will chase you anywhere you go. If you do not have a magic weapon to fight the spectre, and if you have no other means of destroying it by magic, you will perish here, since non-magical weapons have no effect upon this creature. Spectre, skill 10, stamina 14. I mean, seriously, that is just really cheap, just throwing that out there. There he is, isn't he lovely? Okay, Spectre, skill 10, stamina 14. If you win, but the Spectre hits you even once, you must roll 1 die. If you roll any number other than a 6, you must lose 1 point from both of your current and initial skill through the life-draining touch of the monster. You walk forward some 40 yards to reach the midway point of the long western passageway in order to take your bearings. 10 to 36, okay. Okay, we are going to use the Fast Hands spell. So we're on 248. Where's the grimoire? Oh no, we have we have a scroll. Wait a minute. Yeah, now I found a use for the scroll because there it's actually 2 magic points, but as we have a scroll, it shouldn't cost as much. Scroll with fast hand spell. Uh, Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Let's just search quickly for fast hands. Just searching. Okay, right, okay. Try that again from here, please. Okay. Okay, now let's search for scroll. Actually, let's go back and then let's have a search of this one because this will explain what I'm trying to explain. 4 gold pieces. Okay, let's just keep searching for scroll. Okay, let's search for scroll here. It might explain. Although 1 magic point must be spent to cast a spell from the scroll. Oh, yeah, there we go. 1 magic point must be spent to cast a spell from the scroll. However, Salazar alone knows a number of... Yeah, so if you have the scroll, that's what I'm trying to say. If you have the scroll, that means you only have to use 1 magic point. Because we have the scroll. That's the advantage of having a scroll as opposed to just using the grimoire. Anyway, so we're going to use fast hands. So minus a magic point. And then we're going to use the scroll up. I'll just put used. Yes, that's the advantage of having the scroll, even if we are Salazar. But we're going to use a magic point for that. Only 1 though. Now we're going to look at what fast hands actually does, because I can't really remember. This spell can be cast immediately before any combat, but not during one. Not during one. For the first 3 attack rounds of the combat, you may roll dice twice when working out your attack strength and take the higher total rolled. Oh, that's good. Okay, so yeah, let's do that with this Spectre. Okay, so Spectre 1014. Let's put this down. Spectre, he was the evil monkey in Ape Escape, wasn't he? Right, 1014. Whoops. Please just do that, thank you. 1014. Okay, so we get to roll for the first 3 attack rounds. We get to roll the dice twice for us and take the higher one, which almost guarantees our victory. Okay, so here we go. Do we have a magic weapon, by the way? That's the important thing. Ebony wand with silver runes turns weapons into magic weapons. Okay, that works for me. What else did it say? Enchants weapons for 1 use. Okay, but we already have the ebony wand with silver runes, so that's good enough for me. Turns weapons into magic weapons, so we have a magic weapon. Okay, good. Right. Yep, you have a magic weapon. Good. I'm just reading my notes. Okay, so yeah, so let's do this. Okay, his skill is 10, mine is 11, his stamina is 14. Okay, so rolling for him first. He gets 6, that's 16. I get an 8, that's 18. Okay, but first 3 attack rounds, I don't really need to. But yeah, all 19. Okay, okay, 16. I mean 20 because mine's 11, isn't it? Yeah, I take the higher one. It would have been 19 before, but yeah. Okay, 16 to 20. So I win the first one. 16 to 20. Good. Alright, Mr. Spectre goes down to 12. Okay, so next one, it's the second use of the fast hand spell. He gets a 9, that's 19. I get a 4, that's 15, but I can do it again. So that's 19, now I get 6, that's 17, still did no good. Okay, so what did I get? He got 19, and now I get 17. So he still beat me despite the fast hand spell, which means I've definitely lost a skill point, which is really annoying actually, because I really didn't want to lose a skill point. But it's done now. Okay, last time we're using the fast hands. Okay, he gets a 7, that's 17. I get a 10, that's 21 or 17. Okay, so 17 to 21, wasn't it, or something? 17 to 21. Okay, Mr. Spectre goes down to 10. Okay, now we have to fight this normally. Okay, he gets a 5, that's 15. I get a 9, that's 20. 15 to 20. Okay, that puts him down to 8. Why I have to fight a ghost, I don't know. Okay, he gets a 7, that's 17. I get a 7, that's 18. So 17... Oh no, wait a minute, no. Only after the fight. Or is it? Let me see. I'll just put this down 17 to 18, just in case it is right. But I'll just have a quick check. Is it after the battle? If you win, but the Spectre... Yeah, if you win. So we only do that after the fight. At the moment, my skill is still 11. Only changes after the fight. Okay. Okay, he gets an 8, that's 18. I get a 5, that's 16. So 18 to 16. So he hurts me again. That puts me down to 12 stamina. Okay, so now he's on... rather, now we're rolling for him. He gets an 8, that's 18. I get a 10, that's 21. 18 to 21. Okay, he's down to 4 now. Okay, so... Okay, he gets a 3, that's 13. I get a 4, that's 15. 13 to 15. Good. That puts him down to 2. Okay, he gets an 8, that's 18. I get a 12, that's 23. So 18 to 23. That that means I win. Spectre's dead. Not too bad. Didn't lose too much health. Yeah, only on 12. Unfortunately, it hit us once, and now that means we're down to. Wait a minute, then we'll do that. That means we're down to a new skill, which is now 10. Brilliant. Get rid of the buzzing. Pardon me. Okay. Oh no, we have to roll a die. If we get anything other than 6, we still have a chance not to do this. If we get a 6, we don't have to lower our skill, but it's not going to be, is it? Let's be honest. Yeah, there we go. We get a 3. So, yeah, so we lose a skill point. Because of the life-draining touch of the monster. You walk forward some 40 yards to reach the midway point of this long western passageway in order to take your bearings. Turn to 36. Screw you. Right, 36. Okay, last paragraph that I'm ending the video. Standing in the middle of the long passageway of the west wing, the layout is clearly symmetrical. To the north there is an unmarked door near the exit from the west wing, and much further along to the west, another door with the design of a plain black shield and a glowing sun etched upon it. To the south there is an unmarked door close to the exit, and a door some way to the west bearing the image of a silver crown upon it. To the east of you, double doors lead back to the great passage known as the Bronze Stride. Far to the west, broken down doors opened into the ruins of the destroyed West Tower, so you judge that little is to be gained from entering there. You should try a door which you have not opened before, except the east doors, which return you to the Bronze Stride. You can open them at any time. We open the east doors, turn to 7, the plain door to the north, turn to 274, the north door with the shield on it, turn to 124, the unmarked door to the south, turn to 185, or the south door with the crown on it, turn to 152, and we shall decide what to do in the next video. So thanks for watching. I apologise for the interruptions, and we'll decide which way to go in the next video. So thanks again, and goodbye.